One of the biggest questions heading into retirement is when do you start withdrawing from those investment accounts, and or do you turn on your Social Security first? Let's talk to a retirement income specialist like Israel Pinto. He's the founder of Protected Retirement Savings. Israel, let's jump right into it. Which accounts am I supposed to take from first? I mean, just off the top of my head, I know I have several accounts. Mm-hmm. If I have a spouse or partner, they've got another 5 or 6 accounts. I'm looking at 11, 12 accounts. Do I take from the big ones? Do I take from the littler ones? Where do I start?
It's a great question. And the answer to that question, it depends, right? It depends on the strategy that you want to implement. That's a great thing about what we do. We take all that data and we input into our system. We call it the retirement scorecard. So it takes all the assets that you have, your 401k, your IRAs, your SEPs, your simples. It takes your pension if you have a pension, your savings, Social Security. Are you taking Social Security? Are you not? And we throw it all in, all those ingredients, and we make a soup. And that soup is gonna tell us which are the most tax efficient, which are the best accounts to start withdrawing money sooner rather than later. And I use this example for folks, right? We always hear buy low, sell high. In retirement, with your 401k, any account that's tied to the market, if you start withdrawals when the market is down, you are selling low. So we implement a strategy called the volatility buffer. So that volatility buffer is an account that's set to the side for you. So when the market is low, you don't sell low from that 401k. You tap into that volatility buffer until the market recovers, until that account recovers for you. So again, it's personalized, Spike. It's not cookie cutter. You've got to really take a look at it from all vantage points, use all the data that's out there, and that's what we do.
Okay, so the volatility buffer, I like that idea. What do we do with our longer term money then? Do we keep it that kind of risky, or are we taking it all down? We know that interest rates have gone up, so there's some safer money out there at 4 or 5%. But is that going to remain? What's going to happen with interest rates? Where do we go with the long-term money?
That's a great question as well. But again, we've got other issues and obstacles in place. We've got what's called RMDs, required minimum distributions. So you got to take that into account. We're fortunate now that they've moved it to 73 and the penalty dropped from 50% to 25%. But again, when you get to that point in retirement, the question you have to answer for yourself is how much of this money am I willing to lose, right? How much of this money should I have protected? Because when it's all said and done, you're taking a percentage of what you've accumulated as far as your income. And retirement is all about cash flow, not about the size of my nest egg.
I think about all of the different accounts. If myself, my spouse, how do you pull that all together? Or do you assume that, let's say that since I'm a guy, if I'm going to pass away sooner, let's drain my investment accounts first, let hers continue to grow longer? How do you pull it all together? Or do you just say, it's up to you guys, but you need to take out $3,000 every month. You're going to get another $3,000 or $4,000 in Social Security, but let you guys figure it out? Or do you help us with that process?
It's a great question. We help. That's the whole point, right? We do the math and we base it on the math and science, right? And it depends, again, on the specific account, how much the taxes are on that particular account. There's so many different variables, Spike. So when it's all said and done, it cannot be a cookie cutter approach to it. It's got to be personalized. You got to really take a look at what your current lifestyle is and how much of that lifestyle do you want to change in retirement. That's another factor as well.
These are all a lot of great concepts, but let's take it down to perhaps a takeaway when someone leaves your office. What exactly is the retirement scorecard? What goes into that?
Okay, so we take all the data, your assets, your home, your pension, Social Security, and we throw it into a simulation. It's called a Monte Carlo simulation, okay? And what that does, it runs the math and it shows you the probability of what you're doing currently, right? How successful that's gonna be. It runs 1,000 simulations. So once we get that score, typically it's anywhere from 40 to 60, right? Do you want to gamble your retirement on a 40 to 60% chance of success? Most folks don't. So we incorporate a couple of the different guaranteed, principal protected volatility buffers, and we typically can get that score up to 92 to 94. So when folks leave our office, they leave worry behind. They sit there and they say, look, Israel can help us get to that point while minimizing the change in our lifestyle so we can sleep better at night. And folks, This is important to me. I'm incredibly passionate about this. These are your golden years. You shouldn't have to worry about money. You should be worried about golfing nationwide, hanging out, taking trips, hanging out with your grandkids and your great grandkids. You've earned it.
Israel, thank you so very much. Folks, you can get your own retirement scorecard from Israel Pinto. He is the founder of Protected Retirement Savings. The name of the firm says it all. Protect your own retirement savings. Get your own no-cost retirement scorecard by simply calling the phone number below. Thank you so much for watching.